Welcome everyone to the start of Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 2, where if we wanted more stuff in Fortnite, we've definitely gotten it. If you're a bit overwhelmed jumping in, seeing all of these new weapons and stuff in the map, do not worry. I'm here to let you know everything that's new in the season, so you can take advantage of it. You can use all of the awesome new weapons, and you know exactly where you're going. A big thank you to everyone that popped in code ALIA buying the Battle Pass. You can still pop in code ALIA and support me in any of the Fortnite store purchases, so I really appreciate it. And if you want to get yourself an easy victory royale within Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 2, hit the thumbs up button within the next 5 seconds, and your next lobby be filled with bots. Who doesn't want that? Sounds awesome. I want that. And subscribe for all the latest news and information. So if you haven't seen my video earlier today, we unlocked the entirety of the Battle Pass, and the big skin, the awesome skin, is the secret Deadpool skin, which will be unlocked over a period of time throughout this season. It's basically the secret skin, and within the actual Battle Pass menu, there's a lot of cool stuff there, including an awesome customizable vault where you can actually make your own skin. Obviously, the progress unlocks for the Deadpool skin. Then also a daily assignment section on the left-hand side. The first thing that I noted when I zoomed in on that is 2 weapons that aren't currently in the game. One of them is the guided missile launcher, potentially returning this season, and the other one is the mini Uzi that was only available for a few hours many seasons ago and has never returned. That weapon seems to be in the game in a different way at the moment, which we'll talk about more in a moment, but there is so many new weapons, old weapons, and changes to weapons, it's crazy. Before we get into all of that though, the big changes to the map are 5 obvious points. Directly in the center, we've now got the agency rather than just the wooden island. And then dotted all around the edges of the map, we've got new locations as well. We've got an awesome, very impressive mega yacht, basically. The underground bunker is now fully opened and is available to access. The oil rig near Slurpy Swamps is available to go to as well. And then also an awesome island, which is basically like a brick shark. Looks absolutely awesome, and all of these places have unique, special things about them. As you may have noticed already if you land there, they're basically all covered by grunts that are trying to defend the area and are pretty impressive in terms of how much damage they can deal. The good thing is these grunts can actually be avoided if you actually crouch and go around them, for those of you guys that didn't realize. And also beware for all of the sentry cameras that are dotted around these areas as well. Explosives are highly effective against taking out the cameras and taking out the sentries, and if you take down the actual grunts themselves, you can get some very awesome rewards. First things first, when you knock down a grunt and he goes into that state where you can throw him or finish him off, don't actually kill him, go up to him and search him, and you can pull out a little mini-map pad, and that'll basically scan the area you're in, letting you know where all of the secret areas are, where the other enemies are, and it's really useful. Just take down one grunt and then you know exactly what's going on in that area. Each of the new locations actually has a boss, and that boss, if you actually take them down, you can get a very special mythical weapon, and there's several of these dotted around the map. They're honestly absolutely insane. If there's any reason to go to the new places, it is definitely this. These weapons include a mythical Tommy gun, a mythical Scar I've picked up, mythical AK, and one of my favorites, oh my gosh, the boom bow. I absolutely love this weapon. It's just so OP and so good. And also the return of a grappler with unlimited usage. All of these weapons can be found from taking out the bosses in all of the 5 new areas. But that's not all they give you, as you can also get yourself a secret key card. You may have come across vault doors in these new areas. You cannot get in unless you have the correct key card. Luckily, the key card that you need for each vault is in that specific area. Just take down the boss, take down the grunts, and you can enter the key card, go in, and there's so much loot. There's all of these really cool new little loot canisters that you can open up in there. There's sometimes supply drops, loads of chests, loads of ammo. It is basically heaven for loot, so make sure you're accessing them. Now you notice that all of the weapons are actually named after the Battle Pass skins. It's like their own personal weapons, and they're mythical rarity for a reason, in the fact that they're all like supercharged, super strong. I picked up a legendary, or I guess mythical Scar, and its fire rate was seeming even faster, even stronger. So if there's any reasons to go to the outer edge of these islands and check out these new places, it is definitely now. And whether or not these mythical weapons will be in the game for the entirety of the season, we'll have to see, because they're definitely OP, that's for sure. Now, one of the less so obvious new spots is actually another secret area underground underneath Pleasant Park. That's right, for those of you guys that haven't realized, all of the hiding spots, or a lot of the hiding spots in these new areas, if you actually access them, will teleport you somewhere else. You go through a massive tube and pop out in another hiding spot. If you go to Pleasant Park, there's a few more hiding spots than there were before. If you jump into them, either the toilets or the trash cans, you actually go under Pleasant Park to to find a new awesome underground place. It is also covered in grunts, so make sure you take them out effectively because, as I said, they definitely deal damage and that's not very nice. You can find a few chests under there as well. There's an awesome little secret area and another reason to go to Pleasant Park because it's already awesome anyway. Now, probably the biggest mix-up and the biggest new thing about this season is just the complete variety of weapons and items and complete changes that have been happening to that set of items, which is awesome. Now, the big things that have been added in that are new include clone grenades. You can throw these down and clones of you will spawn. A good way of distracting grunts or just distracting enemies. These things are just a lot of fun, that's for sure. You can also get hiding cardboard boxes. These can be found around the map as things that you just jump into and hide in, a little bit like Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid, for any of you guys that know that. And you can also get these hiding card boxes as items to pick up and use as well. So if you see them, it could save you one day. You never know. You can also disguise yourself as a grunt. These are really, really effective disguises. If you go into like the red telephone boxes that look like London telephone boxes, you'll come out as one of the grunts. Now, unless I believe if you shoot a weapon or you take damage, you will stay disguised as a grunt. So you can wander around these new secret areas and not have to worry about the cameras, the sentries, or the enemies that are there as well. It can be a really useful way of sneaking past everybody. I would definitely recommend it. You can also trick enemies as well, just like other players, because they think that you're not actually a human player. Really, really useful. And some of the chests on the map also need you to be a grunt because they scan you and then open up only if they think you're an enemy. I did that a few times. Great way to get some easy loot, and definitely note these when you spot them. Now, alongside all of the mythical weapons you can get from the bosses, there's also been a lot of weapons removed and a lot of weapons added. The brand new one is it's a bit weird, I can't lie. It's a new SMG called the Rapid Fire SMG. Now, you guys may remember the Burst SMG. Questionable. It was okay. It was good at breaking through boxes. But basically, they took that weapon, they reskinned it to look a little bit darker, and it basically behaves like the SMG that I talked about at the beginning that was on that menu board. So it looks like a burst, but just fires like a really, really fast SMG. I don't think it's that great, but it is a new addition. It isn't that easy to find. So if you do find it, pick it up, give it a go, and see what you think of it. Now, you may have noticed that a few things don't seem to be in the game anymore, and you would be right, including traps. Traps haven't been nerfed, they haven't been changed. They're literally gone for the moment. I reckon they're going to tinker with them a little bit and then bring them back, because with the limited loot pool that we had at the beginning of Chapter 2, I think a lot of people thought traps were a little bit OP, which is fair enough, they were. So they're not in the game at the moment. The bolt action, the standard bolt action isn't in the game anymore, and some of the rocket and SMG rarities have also been removed. However, in their place is plenty and plenty of things. You've probably seen a lot of them already. For example, the minigun. I love the minigun. It's a bit spammy, but it is so good. The minigun is back. You can get weapons, you can get loot from actually taking down the grunts. A lot of the grunts will be holding miniguns as well. C4s are back, really good for taking out sentries, the cameras, or just enemies in general in their bases. I mean, to be fair, all the teasers were literally explosions, and the whole theme is like cartoony spies and explosions, so we'd expect a lot of explosives in this season. They've added in a blue silent scar. Interesting. I picked up a few times and it's pretty awesome. I like it a lot. The heavy sniper is apparently back in the game. Probably quite rare. I haven't managed to find it myself yet. The suppressed pistols and also the suppressed snipers are in the game. And then also the tactical AR. Now, one of the things that was shown in a teaser a few days ago is the little TNT canisters. Obviously, the theme of explosions and everything. These canisters have been found on the map already. And if you go ahead and actually interact with them, they are usable and you can actually do things with them. So you can pick them up, you can lob them, you can use it basically as an explosive. So if you need to break something or get into a place or just use it, throw it at an enemy, make sure you mess around with these guys and have some fun. Now, we all know how bandages, med kits, and minis actually work. You just put them on and use it basically to give yourself more health or shield. However, Fortnite thought it would be a fun addition to actually be able to lob these. That's right, you can now throw them. Basically a good thing for duos and squads. If your teammate's a little bit further away, you can actually throw it at them. You never know, may even save their life if they're about to die in the storm. So it's a cool new addition. Make sure you try it out, and I'm sure it will save a teammate or two once you get used to the fact that you can actually throw your healables. If you've gotten a little bit bored of your normal loadout that you're using all the time in Chapter 2 Season 1, then you're definitely going to be mixing it up a lot this season, that's for sure. Now, my biggest disappointment is the fact that all of these new locations are on the edges of the map, and I can understand why. Fortnite want to try and draw people towards the edges of the map because typically it's the places that people least go to. So with all of these new locations, people are going to be spread out really evenly, and with the fact that you can get all of these mythical weapons and awesome loot, it is meaning that a lot of people are going to be going there for sure. However, maybe after a little bit of time, a few weeks have gone by, people won't go there quite as often. But with the very much lack of map changes in the first season, I think this season we'll see a lot more changes, a lot more updates. And now that we've settled into this map, Fortnite will be adding, changing, and doing a lot of things to make this map a lot different over the course of the season. If there's anything you spotted that wasn't mentioned in this video, please do share it with us all down below. I would love to check it out. And obviously over the next few days, we will be checking out even more of these new things, seeing what's good, seeing what's not, doing some fun things with them. So make sure you subscribe right here to the channel. Thank you again for everyone using code Ali. If you want to see more action, including the Battle Pass and that awesome Deadpool skin, click on screen right now. We have some content over on my second channel reacting to awesome Fortnite clips. Go and check them out because I'm about to disappear and I want to keep on watching videos with you guys. So I'll see you over there. Thank you for watching. See you in a second.